Hello, everybody. It is Slumpy Snails back with another Tuesday Talks, and I'm so sorry. I know ever since I've been at college, you see me in a new location every single video. I'd like to apologize for that. That's kind of how it's been ever since I've been at college. It's kind of been everywhere. But y'all know the title of this video. This is for my male audience or people who are born as a male. I would just like to tell you this as somebody who is born as a male. Um, you know, therapy is great. And for a long time, I hated therapy. I dreaded it. I dreaded going to therapy. One thing I'm realizing with this new therapist because I didn't have a goal in mind, you know, or I wasn't open, you know. Um, a lot of things about being born a male is that whether we teach it to ourselves or we learn it from somebody, we are scared of being open and vulnerable. Whichever reason why we are, it just is. And that's a big thing. That's why a lot of men don't like therapy because they're scared of being vulnerable, or there's mentality to where they think they can fix themselves. They think they can help themselves. And sure, there's that aspect in therapy to where you need to do your own work and not just rely on a therapist. But that's when we get into that balance of communicating with somebody. You know, communicating your feelings and understanding your pain. Because that's what therapy is. It's giving you that understanding. Because, yeah, you can try so hard to be like, okay, these things need to work on the person. But if you don't understand what you're fixing in quotes, if you don't understand what, you're trying to do better about yourself, you're not going to do better. Because you don't understand. It's like going into a math test and not studying. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what you're going into, you're gonna have no idea how you're gonna better yourself. That's what therapy is good for. Therapy is good at understanding, you know, in layman's terms, why you like this. It's good at, just understanding the situation, and so that you can go on your own and fix this. You know, it's good to go in therapy of goals. But I want to tell you, it's good to have a therapist, even though you're so committed on doing it yourself. You're so committed on being, this idea of a grown man and handling their own business. But I'm gonna tell you, there will be no grown man without the people around them. And that's true. But that's with anybody. There will be no any person without the people around them or the people that you surround yourself with. That's something you have to accept. And it could also be the people that you choose to put in your circle. And a therapist can be that. Your therapist doesn't have to be a friend. It can be just somebody that you talk to every once in a while, a week, month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. Um, but like I'm saying, if you want to be the grown person, the mature person that you want to be, then you have to put an effort into your life to surround yourself with the people that you want to be. And we don't talk about that. We think a man is just being on their own, doing themselves. But where does that lead you? That leads you to more confusion. That leads you to more misguidedness. You know, we are not always going to have the right answers. It hurts. It hurts to say that. Because, you may feel like, well, it's me. How can I not know what's right for my life? But, we only have a certain amount of knowledge. And talking to people who have more knowledge about stuff that we've been through is going to only help us, become the person that we want to be. That's just what it is. There's other people on this earth for a reason. So that we can, be with them, understand them, so that we can help understand each other and ourselves. That's why a therapist is important. So that you have somebody that on your own volition, you chose this person to be in your life to get through this with you. That is important. If you have a hard time making friends, or if you have a hard time being open with people, you can choose this person to be open with. You don't have to be open with your friends. If you have this character that you like to presume to your friends that you're this like stoic person, that you're this tough guy, you can keep that. Sure, if that gets you through. But you need that emotion that's building up inside you to go somewhere. Because you can't run from your emotions. I know that way too well. As a very emotional person. I know that I am too emotional. I can't stop feeling. Other people are different. But I know this for sure, is that everyone is built with the same emotions. We may experience different extremities to that, but everyone has the same emotions. To my knowledge. I don't know. To my knowledge. And if I feel this way, and from my experience of talking to different people, I know other people feel this way. And I know one thing for certain in my life, I cannot deny myself of feeling something. Because I can only deny myself so long until it just comes out of me like a fucking xenomorph. And it's like, hi motherfucker, I was right here. You gonna forget about me? No. I've been in here. You can't deny me in my existence because I exist. And that's where we get to unhealthy acts of displaying our emotions. That's where we get anger. That's where we get sadness. That's where we get extreme portions of anger. My bad. Extreme portions of anger. Extreme portions of sadness. Or even extreme portions of happiness. Or extreme portions of indulging in activities. This is where we get extremities in our lives. Because we are feeling a counterbalance. An imbalance in our lives. Because something is unbalanced with us. And growing up as men, we're not taught that. We're taught to reject our emotions. And today, in my whole life, I want to break that cycle. Because I've seen the damage it's caused. Denying our emotions. I've seen the anger it's put out. And I know it's not right. I know it doesn't feel right to you. This is why I say, go to therapy. Because therapy is the first step to understanding yourself. Because in theory, all therapy is choosing someone on your own volition to be open with. Bringing that control into your life. Because sometimes we feel like we have no control. That's what's important about therapy. Like I said, if you are uncomfortable being open with your friends, you don't have to. But you have to be open with somebody. If it's not yourself, with somebody else. Well, it's important with somebody else. Too. It's important with somebody else too. Because like I said, we only have so much knowledge in here. And we only have so much experience. We're not going to be equipped to handle everything. So if we talk to people who have gone through similar situations, and we can share our knowledge between each other, we can only grow stronger. That's one thing a therapist can be. Somebody who can make you stronger. Because emotional strength is one of the most underrated strengths we can ever have. Because it's not something that we can show off. Like our muscles. Yeah, they're cool. But can you be able to handle, situations that cause you to use your knowledge and emotions? Can you have a conversation with me without yelling at me? You know? Those require discipline. That is something that going to the gym cannot. And once you realize the strength and power it will be a much greater relief than going to the gym. Going to the gym is great. It gives off a great effect on your body. But you're forgetting about the mind. The mind is a muscle too. You have to work it. Go to therapy.